Zandvoort in Holland. It's about a 4-hour drive from Calais, which is mad thinking we'd only be halfway to Knock Hill.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day.
Where I need to go, and this is one that I made earlier. Here's one I made earlier. First international race then, here in Zandvoort in Holland, right next to the beach over there. Let's go for a smoke and a pancake. Let's go and see the track. I'll do that again. It's mad being next to the dunes. Welcome to whatever this corner's called. It's basically Shell Oils at Alton Park on steroids. I've got nothing else to say. I don't think it's doing this justice, how steep this is. This isn't an advert for my new hopper, but look at that, it is steep. Actually the part where Danny Ricciardo done his arm in. I've been looking for his gloves, but I can't find them. We've got practice and qualifying tomorrow, so let's get going. This is definitely unlike the UK, unless you're racing in Clacton, I guess. But it's quite nice. We're literally a 10-minute walk from the circuit, and we've got the sea right here. It's already 20 degrees, so I might go for a little dip just to chill myself out before I get in the car. Here we go then, FP1, jumping in the car, getting strapped in, making sure everything is warm before getting going, including myself. Heading down the pit lane for our first taste round Zandvoort. Need to be a bit careful on the clutch. Tracked myself to get grips with everything. The braking force into turn 1 was massive. First few corners here are wicked. Honestly, the sound of this car as well, man. Picking up on where I can push with the limited laps of running we have. I like to push pretty hard early on. It helps me get up to speed quicker, and with quali only around the corner, it's an approach that will hopefully pay off. This last corner was far harder than I expected. It's much quicker and much steeper than this gives away. There we go then, that's our first session at Zandvoort. I literally did shit myself. I had a spin in turn 4, so I had to come in for new pants immediately. It's awesome, we've only done a few laps. A lot more undulating than I originally expected. A lot faster, but honestly, it's amazing. And we've got quali a little bit later today. Let's do it. I'm not even going to try and give the corner names away, as I've got no idea how to pronounce them. Heading into turn 1, braking at about the 100-metre board, really hard on the ABS, just missing the apex, roll off the brake and pick up the throttle as soon as you dare. Using a little bit of curb, this little kink's flat, bit of a brake down into third, carry some speed through, a little blast in the acceleration down to third, and just use the banking to slow you down and fire you off. Again, we've only done a handful of laps, so there's more to come there. This bit, again, flat, but not easy flat. It was a little bit of a squeaky bum moment, very bumpy over the crest of the hill there. And then again, trying to pick the throttle up as early as possible. Got a little bit of traffic coming up. This is where I had the spin in FP1 earlier, so a little bit cautious there, but using a little bit of throttle on the exit. Braking down to second, and again, the corner opens up so you can release the wheel and run the car out to the edge of the circuit. Don't run too wide here, really dirty on the outside, loads of sand, and you don't want any of that on your tyres. Now running up the gears into the stadium section, again braking near the 100-metre board, down to second, take a little bit of curb, roll some speed in, and then get on the corner's bank there. I could have definitely taken a bit more speed, but again, limited laps, not a lot of running. Big brake into the second to last corner, and then try and get a great run out, use a little bit of curb and flat out round the banking. Honestly, this corner's so cool, but every lap I'm worried that I'm going to go into that wall, but nevertheless, happy with my quali lap. There we go, qualifying done. That's all the practice done, it's only the race next. So I think we're third overall and first in class, rubber on, and early in the morning the track felt absolutely mega. Actually determined a new race suit, new HRX boy by Alex Root Motorsport. No promotions there. Here we go then, race 1, halfway through, Neil's handed it over to me, and it's time to make up some places. Got some good overspeed on the Ferrari and the Ginetta. We're in a quicker class than them, so that's fairly straightforward. Now we're chasing down the Aston Martin DB9 Vantage for the lead of our class in GT3. It was a real privilege to try and chase down that car, as it was an iconic car I remember watching when I was younger. We're both really struggling on tyres here. It was like in the rain, essentially. Good run out of the last corner, little bit of slipstream, and then pull out, and that was enough to take the lead in our class and go on to take the race win. So there we go, that's race 1 completed here at Zandvoort. First in class, so let's see what the sweet taste of success actually tastes like. Ah, delicious. Absolutely brilliant. The tyres were shot by the end of it. It must have been all in the new race suit. The guys reckon it's worth about 5/10 of a second, and I have to agree. Wasn't expecting to play the national anthem. Very funny. Wanted the champagne bottle, but not the champagne, so I gave it to a local. Race 2, Sunday afternoon. And I was going to start the race as it was a little bit damp on circuit, and it made more sense for me to start on slicks. A few last minute checks with the team boss just to make sure everything's okay. Rolling start. Let's go. Still a little bit slippery in the first few corners, using a little bit of the grip advantage down the inside of the corner to go up the inside of the Bentley GT3. Really cool to race against some of the prototypes. Again, struggling a little bit in the damper conditions, just a cheeky little move up the inside there. That's Cor Esser in front, Dutch racing legend. Really cool to share the track with him. And that was pretty much my job done. Last minute call to box. We were in the lead of our class in GT3. I handed the car over to Neil, who brought it home for a lovely little race 2 win. So there we go, that's my first race start, and starting on the grid with the other LMP cars was amazing. My boyhood dream is to one day race at Le Mans, so to sit on that grid, especially on an international racetrack like Zandvoort, was pretty special. A great start, and we kind of got up into 3rd place, I think, fighting some of the cars that were much quicker than us. I handed over to Neil, who brought it home with P1 in class in GT3. So amazing, an absolutely fantastic weekend. I've absolutely loved being here in Zandvoort, and now the massively long trek back to Calais.